Hi, I'm Charlita Erb, and I was Bridge Builder's first intern from January 2004 to the summer of 2006. During that time, we made the transition from bringing trainers over from North America to running them ourselves with Alastair at the helm.
Hello everyone, I'm sorry to not be joining you for the tea. My name is Sharon Niss, for those of you who don't know me. I worked with Alastair from July 2006 to 2009, July of 2009.
Hi there, my name is Sam Moyer, and I worked with Alastair and Bridge Builders from around August of 2009 until June of 2012. My time with Bridge Builders took me through the sale of the London Mennonite Center and the move to its current location at St. Peter Le Port Church.
Alastair is classic in his British wit, particular tastes, and strong opinions. I loved that he walked to work from Muswell Hill through the woods, and so he'd arrive refreshed and eager. And I enjoyed seeing him engage in lively debates around our coffee and tea times as staff at the London Mennonite Center.
When I think of Alastair, I think of ways that he is British in the sense of his enjoying things that I consider quintessentially British, like Wimbledon and pubs and hill walking and tea and biscuits.
How he likes his tea. I know that my time with him, I had to make sure that I put at least a certain number of tea bags in the teapot and that it brewed for a certain amount of time. Otherwise, it wouldn't really be suitable.
And he'd say things like, crikey, things went pear-shaped, um, or just, that's ridiculous. So usually these frustrations were directed at the computer, group dynamics, or politics.
No joy coming up often. So if going on an adventure trying to find something and there's no joy there was no luck.
Oh no, that's such a disaster, or something like that. Um,
What do I take with me from working with Alastair? He combined a certain joy and earnestness at the same time. He surrounded our work in prayer through our daily rhythms, where on every day at the beginning of a course we would begin things with prayer, and that would calm us and center us to begin the work. I also really identified with his love of music and of singing, and there's no one that can sing such a rousing round of glory to God in the highest. But also more personally, Alastair would offer me counsel and prayer through some pretty hard times with family drama across the Atlantic, or cultural adaptations I was working through, or just the process of maturing. On my desk I keep this armadillo that you gave me, Alastair, as a reminder to develop a thicker shell. And I'll always be someone that's ready with my heart on my sleeve, but this reminder has maybe broadened my repertoire a bit, so I thank you for that.
There's so much actually that it's hard to put in a few phrases, and because my time with Bridge Builders came at such a developmentally important time for me, it was my first professional job outside of college, after college. And because of that, I really grew as an adult and as a professional under the tutelage and mentorship and partnership and collegiality that Alistair showed me, along with Colin and the rest of the folks at the then London Mennonite Center. There's so much that I gained from that time, and even to the specifics of the conflict trainings, which I'm now using in classes that I teach and in my own training work. I have continued to use the same principles, and I just pulled out a bag of pipe cleaners for my students last week for the need for kinesthetic learners. So yeah, I would say all of that just really enveloped an amazing time of growth for me that I'm very appreciative of. And as well as our working relationship, I will always remember such a great example of being able to healthily work through conflict that I received through my time with Alastair in such close quarters. We really got on very well, and despite that reality. And so I continue to look back with great admiration for the way that you put up with me and a great model for handling conflict going forward.
Alistair's drivenness. He just persevered through um, adversity in ways that really boggle my mind. With the sale of the London Mennonite Center and some of the frustrations that we had with the move that we experienced and flooding of the office and all sorts of financial difficulties early on, am just fully impressed with that, and it's a reminder for me to persevere when I'm feeling very downtrodden in whatever area of life. And in addition, something that I've also found very helpful is the Gilmore Fraley style profile. So that's something that I've found useful not only just with friends, but also with family.
Trust. I developed trust in myself, and I highly valued Alastair entrusting me with increased responsibilities, growing from administrative tasks to some of the professional skills that I'd trained for as a mediator. So being entrusted with more workshop content along the way was really meaningful to me. And along the way, I gained so much in terms of pedagogy. Alastair, I'm often thinking through what are more interactive ways of approaching these workshops that I run now, and what are the different learning styles that we can draw on.
Could of course be quite joking maybe and go that direction, but I would really choose life-giving as the phrase, and thinking specifically of the examen that we use so often and which I still use today. What was life-giving for you today? What took life away for you? Holding that without judgment. I would say without a doubt my experience with Bridge Builders and with working with you, Alastair, was life-giving. So thank you for that.
It was priceless. It really was a priceless experience for me, and it's something that I'll carry with me for the rest of my life.
Us driven personalities often need a reminder of the importance of presence in our ministries. And so I just want to offer the encouragement that once all of the logistics are sorted out, to pause and be still and know the greater love that's there for us, and then to breathe the breath of life. The breath of life that sustains us. Cheers, Alastair. Grace and peace.
And if I was to be so bold as to give any advice to you, I would probably just say stay true to yourself, because you are truly an amazing human being that I have deeply valued being in relationship with. I would say always seek for yourself and for others more compassion, more grace, more love in our relationships. And with that, I'll say again, I'm sorry to not be drinking tea and enjoying the gathering you're having there to celebrate your time together. Best wishes.
Set good boundaries early on. I know that can be very challenging in ministry, and I would pray that he would be able to do so, and also set some time for reflection. I think he would really benefit from that. And with that, I will bid you adieu, and I do hope that the rest of your day goes well and that you are able to give him a fond farewell, although I'm sure that you will still be seeing a lot of him I know Alastair will still pop in and say hi from time to time, and I'm sure he will be involved in the Ministry of Bridge Builders, even though he won't be the director. And Alastair, I do hope the very best for you with your curacy at St. Martin in the Fields. I will look forward to seeing you hopefully this next June when you're helping out in the States with the course over here.